What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. And in this video, I want to talk about the CoinViewCap launch that happened yesterday. A lot of hype around this particular launch. So many people were piling in for the pre-sale. There were a lot of polarizing opinions on this going into it, right? How would this work? I mean, is this a good project? Is it necessary? Do we need to be tokenizing an actual website? Why couldn't they just get their revenue from ads and form a better version of CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap? So if you're unfamiliar with what they do, let me jump into that first. We're going to come back to the chart and definitely go over where I think this thing could be heading. But this is their actual website. What they're actually trying to do is build a better version of CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. All right. So essentially, what they really are aiming to do is to ensure that if a cryptocurrency belongs in the top 100, that it's actually there, right? For example, Hex is up here, and they are getting a ton of hits on this particular website because they're putting up Hex up here where they should be according to their market cap, right? So some of the other examples here, Saitama at one point was a top 100 crypto, at least by market cap, but it was never represented that way on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, right? There are also some other cryptocurrencies out there that don't get the love that they deserve, and there will be many other cryptos in the future that should be listed there, but because of, not being able to track the circulating supply or some type of reflections or not being listed on major exchanges, they won't be listed in the top 100 on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. Well, enter CoinViewCap. So from that standpoint, I love this idea, right? It certainly fills a gap. Now, they also have this second website too that talked more about the actual product, and they had the launch date up here. They had, the tokenomics here. You can go through why invest in CVC, where you can buy it. BitMart, by the way, is coming very soon. They launched yesterday on Uniswap and DojaSwap, both at the same time. So they have two different links there in their Twitter if you want to check both of those out. It's CVC official and CoinViewCap.com. So I digress. So from this standpoint, they already have the apps also out there on the App Store and Google Play Store. You can download these apps. They are going to be upgrading the site and the apps a lot along the way. So from that standpoint, it certainly serves a use case. But my big question was, and I think other people had this question too, why tokenize this? Why does this form of business need to be tokenized? Like, what is in it for the investor, right? Now, I've heard a couple different reasons. Number one, there needs to be some type of funding. They wanted to tokenize it for funding so they can then hire out the developers and coders that they need to really take this website to the next level, right? Kind of a grassroots approach. I get that. But again, why couldn't you monetize it through other ways? So these are some questions I still have, and probably why I only put 1 ETH into the pre-sale, which still is performing quite well when we look at the price. This thing started at the 7.0 and 1 range. So we've essentially 3.2x'd our initial investment, at least what I put into it, which was 1 ETH. Now, it was a max of 5 ETH. Looking back on it, of course, I'm thinking, I should have just went with the max, right? But I was a little hesitant, and I was very anticipating, though, the launch yesterday, and it really went well. All right, so this is a 1-hour view on the launch right now. So this is just day 2 of the launch. We could take a look at the daily, but we don't get a lot of action there. But if we take this even in a little tighter to like the 30 minutes, we could see this is kind of the trend forming right now. The last couple 30 minutes, it looks like we're maybe finding another consolidation pattern here. We did have 2 big red candlesticks here in these 30-minute windows. One earlier today, really throughout the night, and then here another one, just recently, okay, when the whole market took a little bit of a pullback. But we got as high as about a $40 million market cap. Right now, we're sitting at a $32 million market cap. From that standpoint of being the second day after launch, super impressed, right? Now, what really happens from here is where I'll be looking really closely as an investor, right? How quickly can we get a upgraded website? How quickly can we get these developers and coders onboarded to start actually making this vision come to fruition, right? That's the real big question. So we're going to be continuing to watch that. Now, I did say that they've got some other big news, on this front after post-launch, and that news is right here. BitMart will primarily list CVC very soon, and if we actually go down one more tweet, we could see some of the details there. Deposits available at 10 a.m. Trading begins at 10 a.m. This is on the 11th for deposits. trading on the 13th, and then withdrawals on the 14th. So CVC already getting listed to BitMart. So again, very interesting project. I love their use case. I love the vision for it. My big question still is, though, why tokenize it? I'm still kind of seeing what is the benefit for holders to hold this thing for the long term. Like, is there going to be an incentive down the line where, like, if you're a holder, you get access to insider information? That would be nice, right? Because then it's like, okay, I'm incentivized to hold this because I want that more. I want that deeper understanding and deeper, more information from the website, right? It's not just like the free version. So I was thinking about this, maybe that's a way to go about it, right? There's a free version of the site, but then there's also a subscription based version where you have to hold the token in order to get access to it. So those are some of the things I had questions about that I still, haven't had real good answers on. But here's the thing: I've talked to Keith a couple different times. I'm not being paid or anything to do this video, by the way. Strictly talking about this because it's a really hot topic, and a lot of people are talking about it and are invested in it. Right? I've talked to Keith many times. I like him as a person, and you know, I'm just curious to see how all of these things are going to come together, and how long it takes, right? Because I know how impatient investors can be sometimes, but it's going to be fun to watch. And congrats on a great launch. I was really impressed by what they did yesterday, how everything worked. Everybody got their airdrop tokens on time. That was great to see. So we'll continue to watch it very closely here. CVC trading right now at around a $32 million market cap, up about 5% here in the 24 hours. And we'll continue to watch it very closely. Let me know your thoughts about all of this down below in the comment section. Are you invested in it? Are you kind of sitting on the sideline still? Tell me where you're at. Love to hear from you down below. Thanks again for stopping by, and I will see you all in the next video.